Good evening, TDN listeners, and of course, viewers of This Week in Interview. Welcome to another episode of This Week in Interview with your host and guide, Anthony Drago. It's a pleasure to be with you as always. You are the highlight of my week, and so I always look forward to spending that time with you. Folks, if you are in the U.S., especially in the Northeast, you've been experiencing winter. I've been saying that New York haven't had a winter for a while, but we're getting it this year. Really fun winter. Lots of snow. The weather is cold. It's interesting. So I like it. I like winter, but for a lot of people, um, it's their nightmare. And especially if you have to wait for public transport, the streets are horrible because there's piles of snow everywhere. What are we doing in this God-forsaken place when we have paradise where we were born and ready to accept us? So I think this, along with the recent policies of the powers in Washington, is enough encouragement to tell us that we should be planning to go back home, get up from on the side of the rivers of Babylon and head back home. All right, folks, if you're listening to us in Dominica, RV Jams Radio on DigiPlay Channel 59 carries This Week in Interview Live, as well as radio in the Toronto market, SBE Radio, online radio. They carry This Week in Interview Live as well. And also um, Talk and Music Radio, GTM Radio, with our brother Angelo Allen also carries it live. So also you can find us on your YouTube channel. Go and check it out now. Look at YouTube channel. This Week in Interview, Anthony Drago YouTube channel. Check us out. We have been uploading a lot of the past videos on there. Give us a like. Invite somebody to view. Tell me what your favorite interview is so far. When I did the interview a couple of weeks ago with Mr. Oliver Seraphin, OJ Seraphin, I got quite a few of you telling me that has been my best interview so far. Do you agree that that interview is a cherry? Let me know. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know what I can do more of. Let me know what I don't need to be doing because I'm doing this for you. This weekend interview is turned out to be quite a recording of Dominican and Caribbean life. There are so many folks that we interview and then they transition, and so that interview becomes a treasure. We are not culturally, we're not the people who have written history. We are more oral. But with all the technology that's available nowadays, we should be able to have medium like this weekend interview that can record and keep, in for posterity, um, a chronicle of life. And so when people want to know what happened in 2025, in 2023, during COVID or whatever, they can go back to this weekend interview and they can use the information on this weekend interview with confidence because we keep this program authentic. We keep it authentic and we allow people to express themselves. We allow our audience to participate. And so, what we're doing is really more than just an interview, a talk show, a conversation. It's really a recording of our lives so that as we pass on, hopefully it becomes useful for for those in the future because as you can see this is season 16 of this weekend interview, season 16, which means that we've been on for 16 years. Quite longevity. We have to talk about how we can move it to the next level. We're going to need your participation and your support. I'm trying to craft ways in which we can put it in such a way that when we ask you to contribute, you know what you're contributing towards, right? And so, because I don't believe in just asking for your support and your contribution without being explicit. But there's so much, I believe that there's so much more we can do over and above what we are doing. And so, we, I plan this year to come to you with a solid request for support. And I hope you respond in kind. I hope you demonstrate the value. I'm sorry, you demonstrate the value that this week in interview has with you. When we don't have a program, I get texts, I get messages saying that, oh, I missed the program. What did you do? What did you say? When are you coming back? And so there's quite a few of you who have expressed that value that the show has for you. We are almost at the end. Actually, this is the last show in the month of February. And so I want to encourage you to take charge of your health for 2026. If you have not done so, please, please, please make an appointment to go do your annual checkup. Ask your doctor to do blood work for you. Try to find out where your insulin level is, because that's turning out to that seems to be key. Our body's ability to utilize insulin to make use of glucose in our blood seems to be key to so many conditions: diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, cancer. So many of the diseases that's taken our lives seems to be associated with our, our our body's ability to use insulin to utilize the sugar that's in our blood, our eyesight, all of those things. So please, I beg you, if you have not done so, put it on your to-do list for tomorrow, to call your doctor or to make an appointment to do your annual checkup. And of course, the men, go do a prostate exam. You should do that every once a year, every year. Get your prostate checked, get your kidney functioning checked, get your liver checked, get your heart checked, and so on. And also commit yourself to movement. Go for a walk. If you're already walking, then level it up, do some weights, do some resistance training. Women, do your pap smear, do your breast exam, all of those things that you need to do, because we care about you, and so we want you to care about yourself. So take charge of your health. We're almost at the end of February, and so we don't want to wait much longer. I will never forget one time that I did a program on health, and we did about prostate cancer. And I encourage men to go to do their prostate exam. And I got, about 2 weeks later, I got a message from one of you in the audience saying, I think you saved my life because I listened to you. I went to the doctor to do my prostate exam, and they sent me directly to the hospital, to the ward, and I had surgery that same night because they discovered something that seemed like it was on the verge of being cancer, or it was cancerous on the verge of spreading, something to that effect. And so, don't let my words fall in vain. Go do your colonoscopy, do your prostate exam, do your pap smear, do your breast exam, do your blood work. Check to see that you're good. You have one body. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. Watch what you eat. Cut down on the foods that turn into sugar. So sweet stuff, starchy stuff, whatever that turns down into sugar. Try to develop a habit where if you eat those things, you eat them during the day. You don't eat them close to nighttime, and so on. There's a lot we can do. I'll bring on some nutritionists that we can talk more about that. But my guest has arrived. Mr. Adrian Ban is my brother. Good night and welcome back to MAGA, our green MAGA, that is the green MAGA, Make Agriculture Great Again. Another episode of our MAGA series, Sustainable Agriculture and Food production. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you very much, my brother. It's really a pleasure to be back on our program, Making Agriculture Great Again. And I can tell you it is really, really getting great again, especially with what is happening now in agriculture. I want to say also welcome to all the listeners all over the world, all those who are listening. I want to say tonight we really want you to participate and be a part of what we are doing so we can share with you in different forms how we can improve, how we can grow, how we can have sustainable agriculture. And I think tonight we are going to look at agriculture and tourism, how they work together. And I believe that sometimes you hear the governments talk about agriculture and tourism, but they do not know how they work together, because you can have a tourist live in America or Europe or a foreign country and come into Dominican eating same macaroni and rice. I have them eating and drinking the same Coke and the different soft drinks. They need to drink a nice fresh orange juice or passion fruit juice, or a nice food you cook with um, local food like dashing, tanya, banana, plantain, breadfruit, and maybe a maniku. People are not eating maniku anymore. I know I raised on maniku. That thing, I ate so much maniku when I was young. And agouti and wild pig. And these days, people is just chicken, chicken, chicken. And you find the generation is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So welcome, and we're going to have a great talk tonight.
Going to have a great conversation. The Green Maga series. You know, I was sitting there waiting for you to join us, and I get this phrase in my
Okay.
head. The
Wow.
green, the Green Maga series. You know, not the red thing, but
The green.
the Green Maga series. Make agriculture great again. And I brother, you said it well. Tonight we're going to be discussing tourism and agriculture, and what are the possible synergies, what are the possible collaborations, the intersection, how we can develop our agriculture and use it to enhance our tourism product. And of course, if we our focus is on Dominica, because Dominica is where both you and I were born. I was born in Dominica. I live in the U.S. temporarily because I'm going back. I'm on my way back to Dominica as far as I'm concerned. I'm a pilgrim that's currently in the U.S. and making my way back to Dominica. You are in Dominica right now, and so naturally our focus, but our point of reference is Dominica. But what I mean, you and I were in Grenada together in October. You've been to Trinidad since then. You've been in St. Lucia. You've been in Anguilla. The fact about it is that food production is, I mean, is the essence of our existence. Because if we cannot produce our food, how are we going to sustain ourselves? You know, the universe provides us with air. If you're in Dominica, the universe provides us with water. The next thing that's missing in terms of essentials is food. And so in the Caribbean, because of the quality of our environment, tourism comes natural. People work for there are 52 weeks in a year. They work for 50 weeks, and the 2 weeks they have off, their dream is to go on a Caribbean vacation. And so we already have a product that we don't even have to advertise much. But when they come, we want them to experience our life. And our life should be about food production. So let's explore that. Let's unpack how you want to call it. Tourism, agriculture, agricultural tourism. Just let's explore what when you talk about agriculture and tourism, what what are your thoughts on that whole concept?
Okay, when I look at tourism on the whole, I've been studying it. I love to study these things to make sure that I understand what we are doing and what we are involved in. Agriculture in the past, the way we used to do it is just plant food, sell for and ship to England. And sometimes I remember one lady told me once she planting banana and Tanya and this thing. She sells it, but she's not eating it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's buying rice, macaroni. That's what she live on. But today you find how many of her children have been affected because of that, and they are
Mm-hmm.
sick with different disease. And more people talk about agriculture, and the practices they were very bad because they used to use a lot of gramoxone, a lot of pesticide, a lot of people who just do things. I see men spraying gramoxone, have cigarettes smoking in there, smoking. And so we had people coming. I remember living on, I raised by the riverside, Bushy Way. After when I left school, I used to go down to the beach, and you had people coming there. I remember it had a safari. They used to come and they used to come to the river mouth and bathe and spend. And they used to spend time there. They loved the beach, Castlebrooks Beach. They come to the Emerald Pool, and then from there they come to the Castlebrooks Beach. But at that time, we didn't really have an understanding of what it is to entertain a guest or to, because they would just come and go to the hotel. The hotel give them a vehicle, take them to the different, like the Boiling Lake. Not even the Boiling Lake, but the Emerald Pool
Emerald
was
Pool.
very popular, very, very, very popular. And they would come down to the beach to relax themselves. And that time the beach was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the beach for when summer is around, like now, so the Easter time, summer, the beach was really nice. Not like today, you have the beach. Really, since after Hurricane Maria, the beach just turned a whole different way. But as tourism evolved and agriculture continues to be the breadbasket of of Dominica, especially the banana industry, continue to grow and get bigger and bigger, and people would plant a banana tree in their backyard, and every week people sells banana. But I remember when Prime Minister Charles came, I remember she said to us, people, you need to diversify your economy, diversify, stop planting banana alone. And so people start going to oranges, and people start going into a few like coconuts and things, and they had a coconut project and stuff like that. And so after a while, that agriculture really dwindled down until it disappeared. People start going into security and everything. Now you have more tourists coming into Dominica because you have the bigger boats started coming, and then now I went there today. I was there today in town. I see a boat. What's the name? Sister something, but a huge boat, man, taking almost the whole bayfront.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of people, and these people outside, and they're not even buying. They're just passing, and they just so. So I believe that we should be able to capture that progression or capture that turn from a mass export of banana to a whole influx of tourists, where we should be able to prepare ourselves. But when the Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish, and that's what is
Right.
happening because we are still caught unaware. Still
Mm-hmm.
caught unaware. So you have a lot of people come in, and when they come, as I said, they eat the very same thing that they're eating in their country. So we are trying now to look at a new frost, give them something different, because they have been complaining that they have been coming for Dominica for almost 30, 40 years, and they are only going to one type of destination. Is the hot spring, the waterfalls, and the sun, the white sun, not even the black sun. So they are saying they would like something different. Yet still, when the government was talking about tourism is everybody's business, they were saying that if they are more tourism, everybody's business, but how are they going to develop tourism to be everybody's business. So we come up with a few ideas. Number one, you have the cruise tourism,
Mm-hmm.
where people come and they spend a day, or they spend a day, they go out, and then so then we move into community tourism, where you can come and spend time and enjoy the community. You can stay in a home, and you can participate in what we are doing, the way we fry our eggs, the way we make our bakes. I remember there was a guy from Barbados who came and he said, "Man, you have been eating bakes and codfish." But when he ate Dominica's bakes and codfish, he said, "Man, you have never eaten bakes and codfish like that yet. That tastes so nice." And I know we can do some real good dishes, and they are enjoying of. So you can come and still live with a family, work help them, and you cook your food, you do whatever you want to do just to enjoy the experience. So people are looking for experience, and then you go into the community. You can interact with the people. You can play sports with the people. You can go on the beach. That type of tourism, you have more time to know or to have a greater knowledge and understand. Now we are tying up community tourism now with farm tourism. And in farm tourism, that's where we are really focusing on now. So we are looking at agriculture now with a value chain, with an entire value chain from the farm to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and then you have having an experience where you can come and you go, number one, you can live on the farm and you can work. You come in, you decide, well, all right, we have a farm, or we advertise a farm, or we promote a farm or something. So you decide, okay, you want to come on that farm, you can come and we will take care of you. We will feed you, give you your food, a place to stay, and then you can work for free. That's one type of tourism. Again, you will interact and you'll be able to learn how to farm and learn a skill.
Right.
Come and do research. If you are doing your
Your
PhD, your
PhD or some kind of
degree
paper.
in
Right.
agriculture, or maybe you want to study pest control or whatever. I remember there was a guy before Maria who came to Dominica from a university in France, and he came. He paid us some money. He stayed in a room that I have there, and he used to come on the farm every day, and he would weed, he would do his research, write his report, he would plant, he would do all kind of different things, and he stayed with us for 6 weeks, and then he went back, and then he did his thesis, and then he got his master's. And when I asked him, how did you get to know about our farm? He said he saw it. That time we used to have fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
And he said when he saw it on the fair trade website.
Oh, wow.
He was very interested when he saw it. And he said, man, he's going to come to Dominica too. And then he came, and he really enjoyed the experience. So that is another type of experience you're gonna have. Another type of experience you're gonna have also, you coming in, you can spend a week with us. You pay and you become as a client. And that time we take care of you. You get a place to stay. You come and work for your week, and after the week, we give you whatever, and after the week, you enjoy the cuisine. You cook. Everything will come from the farm. You work. You cook. You bathe. You enjoy yourself, and then you go back to your country and enjoy your country once again. And then the things that you learn, you can implement them when you go back. That's another kind of tourism. Another kind of tourism, you can come for a day and you can have a tour and have an experience. You eat fruits, you enjoy all kinds of different things. You get a history of the place. We just share everything. And there's something that we do, cocoa sucking. So you break a cocoa and then we give you to suck it. And people love that. They love it. And you can see what we are doing on the farm, and then you can have different experience. You can ask questions. Today we had some visitors from the high school. They came with us. They came to visit, and they really enjoyed it. And they had a great time on the farm. I wasn't there, but when I saw the photos, it was
Mhm.
really nice.
All
So
right.
we
So the farm you're talking about, well, you're talking about your farm, which is Barney's Farms,
yeah, myself,
that's
but other
located in
farms,
Castle,
yeah,
and you've been doing this tourism, farm tourism for like a while now. And
yes,
and that's why we're discussing it on the program tonight,
right,
because we want to, if our theme is to make agriculture great again, we cannot just go back to where we were. You clear a piece of
right,
land, you dig some
right,
holes, you put some banana trees, you banana have mature, you cut it, you bring it, you sell it, geese take it, bring it to England, or you plant some yams, you dig up the yam, you bring them to the market. We want to be able to, and you use the word several times, Adrian. You said experience,
you're right,
and that is the key word. When a tourist come to the country, you want to make sure that they have an experience, because these folks come and sometimes they save for a whole year
yeah,
to be able to afford to come on the vacation. And so if they come to Dominica, maybe they have a 7-day cruise and they spend one day in Dominica. We want to make sure that we appreciate that, and we make sure that they have an experience. So they go, they say, "Oh, we went to Anguilla. Anguilla have beautiful beaches. We went to Antigua. Antigua has. We went on yachts or whatever, whatever." But when you went to Dominica, we got immersed into the community, and we saw how the people live, and they live so much of a good life. They grow their own food, and I can just you can just see what the experience would be, that a visitor comes to your farm as a guest. You take them out and you explain stuff with them, and they help you to harvest some food. And then, while the food that they harvest in an hour, 2 hours time, they're sitting at your table eating that food that they just harvest. That in of itself is an experience that they will never forget. And so that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about tourism and agriculture with my guest, Mr. Adrian Banis. He he has he and his family has a family farm in Castle Bruce, Dominica, called Banis Farms, and they're doing very innovative and interesting activities on that farm, including farm tourism. And that's what we're talking about tonight as part of our Green Maga series to make agriculture great again. Our focus on this series is always sustainable agriculture and food production. And we've touched on so many different spokes from that one main axle of food production and sustainable agriculture. Tonight, we are talking about doing your farming in such a way that you are proud to welcome guests on your farm, to see your farm and to see your farming activities, because you are certain that the way you do it is worth that person's time to observe. It's time for me to take a quick break. I'm going to take that break so we can hear from our sponsors. And when we come back, I will continue my conversation with Adrian about tourism and agriculture, and how we can take the experience he's had on his farm and spread it throughout the island of Dominica, and also expand it to neighboring islands, so that when folks come to the Caribbean, they know that they're going to experience us. When we were growing up, as he alluded to, our interaction with tourists was, they go on the safari and they buy a packet of sweetie.
and they
It's a
throw,
tourist candy,
yeah,
and they throw some sweetie out, and they're taking photos, and next thing you see yourself on a magazine. These people are so poor. The kids are fighting for a sweetie.
yeah,
But that was never that. It was just the fun of, taste. We used to think it was America sweetie, but a lot of times, it's from the sheep or from wherever they get it. But let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Presented by
People say I've got a great smile. Well, I have to say, this is all thanks to the professional team at Beacon Dental Group right here in Dorchester, Massachusetts. I've got world-class dental care. Beacon Dental Group has expert and caring staff dedicated to providing the most advanced and satisfactory treatment in all aspects of oral health. Their services are designed to meet your needs and give you a perfect smile, too. General checkups, cosmetic surgery, Gemini laser service, and advanced procedures, all in a state-of-the-art facility. Call or visit Beacon Dental Group today, 1026 Blue Hill Avenue, Dorchester, Massachusetts, or call 617-282-2146 for a smile that lights the world.
Every bestseller, every life-changing story starts the same way, with a single idea. The question is, will yours stay hidden, or will it shine for the world to see? At G&D Enterprises, Inc., we don't just make books. We bring dreams to life. From first draft to finished masterpiece, we're your partners in editing, design, publishing, and even audiobook production. Your book's cover is your handshake with the world. It has to captivate. It has to invite, and once readers open it, every page must deliver a polished, professional experience. That's our promise. Great stories deserve great polish. Our editors sharpen your words, enhance your clarity, and protect your unique voice, because your story deserves nothing less than excellence. Stories aren't just read anymore, they're experienced. With professional audiobook production, your words travel beyond the page and straight into the hearts of your listeners. And when you're ready, we'll guide you through publishing and KDP setup so your book doesn't just exist, it thrives in the marketplace. This is more than publishing. This is your legacy. Whether it's your debut novel or your fifth big release, we bring the expertise, creativity, and personal care that turn writers into authors, and authors into legends. The world is waiting for your story. Don't let it stay in the shadows. Partner with G&D Enterprises today, and let's publish the book only you can write. Visit gndenterprisesinc.com/book-design.
All right, so we're back. Thank you for staying with us through the break, everyone. This is This Week in Interview. We're continuing our Green MAGA series, Making Agriculture Great Again, with my guest, Mr. Adrian Banis. Adrian has been a long time, not just a farmer, but an innovative farmer. He's I shouldn't even be double. He's been involved in manufacturing, like the next step after just production, to add value, to add durability. And he has been in the business of agro processing now for over 20 years. He started, I remember he started doing coconut oil and his plantain chips. He still does those, uh, but he is now, spreading his knowledge. He is introducing us or talking to us about the concept of farming tourism, and as he said, eh, tourism now, value in tourism now is community tourism, where people come into your community and experience your life. And if you're from the Caribbean, especially if you're from Dominica, food production should be just a natural part, because Dominica has fertile soil, a lot of natural water, a lot of sunlight, and it just lends itself to food production. And so it is natural that if our visitors come, that we can take them to see how we produce food. Remember when you were kids, we used to go on field trips. We would go to Elrose and see how they
Yeah.
process the
Yeah.
citrus fruits. We used to go to Coca-Cola and see how they bottle the Cokes. We used to go to different places and experience how people make a living working. Well, now Adrian is telling us that today he had high school kids on his farm experiencing how he grows food and what he does with the food and so on. So a field trip like that would be super, super exciting. Adrian, you've been doing it. What do you think are the challenges that we would face if we try to make farm tourism be almost like a buzzword or a natural expectation for visitors to Dominica?
Well, one of the challenges that we have really, I was saying that to my daughter this morning because I was looking at something and I was saying to her, there is a guy who has he's involved in tourism, but he's involved in the in the hotel
Mm-hmm.
in hotel chain.
Mm-hmm.
So he bought a piece of land all in Pocassi,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to put in another hotel or whatever there. And I was saying to her, is the money that move things. If we have the money, we will develop the concept. Like him, he get citizenship by investment, but he use it wisely.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that because of that, he keeps, instead of maybe taking the money and maybe bank it or do something else. There's some people when they're making money, they'll take cruise, they'll fly out, they'll go and take cruise, they'll go and take things. But he's investing his money to make sure that his legacy continues.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying to her, is money we need to do what we have to do. So that is our biggest challenge. If we have the money, we will we'll be able to do whatever we have to do. Because if you have the money, you can buy what you have to buy. You don't have to. You can buy what you have to buy, what you need. You can set up how you want to set up because well you have the capital to do that. And that's where you find I believe that I reach a place where I am not shy of having investors. If you have people who want to invest, I think collaborate and invest. That would be a good, because it's not just for myself. We are not just doing things for ourselves. We have to look at the next generation and the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
So when we set the foundation, the next generation that come will be able to have to continue to build on it, and we'll build on it because we are only here for a while. So yeah, the capacity. If persons would like to invest, that would be a good opportunity, and your money will not go to waste because you'll be able to
realize a return on your
realize a return on your investment. And these days you have a lot of ways that you can when you invest, you can build a website, you can market your own stuff, you can do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And more, even as we have the tour operating company, I realize so many things that we can do apart from just the farming, and we can bring in and move the economy. So many things, just using our natural resources like the river, farms. And I went into the supermarket today. I went to town today for a while. I went and do something, and I went and buy some groceries, and I went in my Astafel. Brother, when I went into my Astafel, I was shocked to my bone. 1 or 2 persons are there. The workers are just sitting there.
Wow.
And they are just, and imagine they don't even have a light. The light is so poor. I said, that is not the Astafel I used to know. And a young lady came and a young lady said, when she come in, she watch what she said, every day getting worse and worse and worse. My God. And I said to myself, if we do not watch it, you're going to hear Astafel close down anytime from now,
They can't continue to carry that over.
Yeah. And when I look for provision, nothing. So it had the girl that used to buy, when I used to have a lot of provision, a lot of food, a lot of stuff, she used to buy from us.
For our Stephans.
For our Stefan.
Uh-huh.
And one time she started cutting vary and play all kind of thing and do all kind of thing. 2 days she sent a WhatsApp. Are you still farming? I said, yes, I do. I said, yes, I do. What you have for us? What can you give us?
Mm.
I went in another place. Oh my God. I looking at if we have to go so for the next 5 months, we are in real trouble, you know. Something all this to say that we have to come up with innovative ways. And one of the things that I'm doing right now, I'm setting up a training center. And that training center will be a place where it doesn't matter what your status is. You'll be able to come in there. It can house about 40 to 50 persons. And come in there and we train you in health and wellness, in whatever you want.
Food production, in agriculture, yeah.
Right, in agriculture. You want to develop a product, we help you develop, we teach you how to develop the product. We give you all the GM and the good manufacturing practices. We train you, and then we do the product with you. We just train you and tell you, well, at the end of the day, all right, this is the end of the exercise, the end of the course, go home. No, we will take you and we will go step by step of how you can develop a product. Packaging, we can design your artwork for you, and we can do a lot of different things that can help you to be innovative. And then we want to take it one step further. We can buy the product when you begin to produce, and we said we buy it from you, so you don't have to go and scratch your head of where can you sell your product. We are creating market opportunities. So from there, what we want to do is to spread that across Dominica, that every village will be able to have that kind of model that we can now sell it to the world. And when you come to Dominica, you have different farms that you can go on, and you can learn different things. What about the person that doing only animals?
Mm-hmm.
You can go there and learn how to do maybe a goat cheese. We are not doing goat cheese in Dominica. You can do a goat cheese. You can let cow milk disappear. We have to try to bring that back. I remember growing up, man, every Sunday you have to drink your glass of cow milk.
Cow milk, yeah.
The parents used to go in the early morning, go and they come back with either a gallon of milk or a bottle of milk, and your mother used to warm that and give that to us. What about soda? We don't hear about that anymore. These are the things that we have to look to bring back. That people can enjoy. Take the natural eggs. Now people giving their chicken a lot of the
artificial food, manufactured food. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then they get in the eggs. The eggs in itself, it doesn't really have a yellowing. And our eggs before used to have a lot of yellowing, and we used to, and I doctor told me the other day my cholesterol kind of giving me a sign of going up. So I told him, well, I've been eating a bit of more eggs, man, looking like. So he told me, well, I have to cut down. But I say to myself, I believe the egg without the yellow, maybe give you the
it doesn't have all the essence in the egg.
Right.
Some of the bad stuff over manifested.
Yeah, so it raises your cholesterol. So what I did, what I'm doing now, I put about 3 cocks in each of the cage. I think I put cocks there now. And when people buy the egg, man, they're telling you, man, this is a good egg. People posting the
eggs are fertilized.
Yeah, the eggs are fertilized. Mm-hmm. The eggs are yellow. Mm-hmm. So we live our traditional way of living and looking to develop the outside world way of eating, and we have hurt ourselves. We have to now come back to that.
Come back.
Today I went by Sunday and we were talking, and she was saying to me that a guy told her he had cancer, and when he started drinking cocoa and eating the black chocolate. His cancer is under control. And he tell me another one told her, coffee with cocoa helps to control cancer. So
There's,
we have a
there's studies that show the flavonoids, the compound called the flavonoids, which are very
yeah,
popular both in cocoa and in coffee, seem to have positive impact on people who have been diagnosed with some types of cancer. So
yeah,
again, but that brings up another point, because we should be able to do studies on
right.
our foods, so that we can see correlations, right? We need to study, like you said, how has our lifestyle and our diet changed, and see if we can correlate it to our health. How has our health changed? How has our lifespan changed? How our well-being has changed? So Adrian, let's come back to the tourism farming.
Mm,
Now, I know your farm is located in Casabruce, or as we say, on the stretch. It's relatively flat land, and there, I mean, last time I was in Dominica, I drove right onto your farm, so it's readily accessible by motor vehicles.
yeah.
Um, but if somebody wants to get say, boy, that's a good idea, I farm, but the way it is, how am I going to bring somebody to experience my farm? It's my farm, so I can walk through the dashing to get to the plantains. I can pass on the edge and go tie my cow. I can. But if you're going to have guests and you're going to do it in a coordinated and a planned way, is there like a method, something that you follow that makes your farm more conducive, more that would facilitate you bringing people on a tour of your farm?
Well, one of the things that you will have to do, you have to have a trail.
Okay.
A trail is very important, and I believe right now it does bring some thought to my mind. Remember people talking about um, if you have a farm in a particular place and you have got transportation, you have got them feed a road.
Mhm.
That is another opportunity that you can go into farm tourism, and you can set up a nice trail, and the people can walk from the wherever, because most people love to do that, and they
Like
can
a little hike, yeah.
like a short hike.
Hmm.
So let's say a 10 minutes hike or a 15 minutes hike, and they would enjoy that.
And they get to your farm, and then they have
Right,
a farm experience. They have a meal. If
right.
you're next to the river, they have a bath or whatever, and they hike back down to their transportation.
That's
That's a
it.
good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, what we're saying is that don't look at the restrictions. Look at how
You-
you can take what you have
right.
and make it work.
Because if you have to check the people, most people in Dominica sell their land because it's probably hilly, or it's in a bad area. They consider it to be in a bad area.
Hmm.
And a person from Germany or from Europe come down and they buy that land and they turn that
Because it is
land,
hilly.
yeah,
Because
and they turn that land into a multi-million-dollar.
yeah, because it is hilly, because it's remote. That's the attraction.
Yes,
Mhm.
and they use the same topography and develop it so nice you never say that was bad. So the thing
And
is that, as I'm saying again, is the money. If you have the
and
money,
it's also the mindset though, because
if you have the money,
sometimes
you
we
can.
think our farm have to be a certain way,
Yeah,
but it's a farm, right? So if it rain and there's mud, it's a farm, right? But we feel like, okay, but it's raining, we have labu, it's not mud, it's labu, and people, they walk in labu, they wouldn't enjoy themselves and whatever. You just have to take that in stride, have a place on the farm where they can wash their feet, right? And get comfortable. But the whole experience of walking through the rain, walking through the mud, going to pick a grapefruit, going to I don't know, experience making goat cheese, whatever, all of that is the experience. So the objective then is what? The objective then is to introduce more people to the concept of um, agricultural tourism.
agricultural. Yeah, yeah. and because it's not only the food that will be healthy, but also you'll be able to exercise,
Hmm.
because if you are working, you'll be able to sweat, and then you'll be able to enjoy the natural food that you have. One of the things that we are also looking at is to finally become naturally, fully naturally grown
Hmm.
foods,
Organic.
organic foods.
Hmm.
So we are going to build and develop our composting,
Hmm.
composting technique. That's our next goal. So we can have as much compost as possible. And I'm also looking at, with the way we plant under the trees, you can have a camping site
Hmm.
where right under the orange, between the oranges or between the cocoa, you have a place where people can pitch a tent
Hmm.
and they can sleep there, because the place is well clean, well organized, so you can experience those sleeping between the trees, because that'd be good for you also in breathing,
Right.
because you
Call
you
it
have
for they call it forest bathing actually. Isn't it called forest bathing?
right
Yeah.
oxygen. Okay,
Yeah. Hmm.
so all that you see how you attract the nature lovers, and even you yourself, because I myself would want to enjoy that kind of experience. You know, not sleeping inside the house, inside the concrete building all the time. You can enjoy that same experience. So this is
Yeah.
something that we can also, as I said, in the training center, if you would like to come and learn and develop your knowledge and your skills in agriculture, that you can go back and then with a greater view, a greater understanding of how you can build the value chain, so people can come and enjoy the entire value chain in one location.
Right. And it takes the boring out of the farming. You know,
Yes.
young people nowadays, they what used to excite us is different because of course times have changed. And
Yeah.
so having that sort of okay, so we have some guests coming Friday and we're preparing for the guests and they're going,
Right.
that in itself takes out the monotony that will kick in because you're not doing the same thing over and over and over again. So Adrian, as we try to wrap up the conversation, we spoke about, of course, cruise tourism, where the the guests or the tourists are just visiting your farm for a couple of hours. How do you cater for that? There is also the idea where someone comes on the farm and they can stay for a week, they can stay for a weekend, they can observe the way you farm and they can learn what you do. Maybe they can apply it when they go home because maybe they have a backyard garden that they can apply some techniques to. And then you have the other one where people are coming in as farm workers in exchange for a place to stay, and then they get food and they learn some of the techniques. They also you can have where people come and they have some experience in agriculture that's different from yours, and so there can be that exchange. You have that training that can take place. And so all of the different aspects of tourism can be accommodated with agricultural tourism. And so, so far on the Green Maga series, we've spoken about adding value by processing the primary product, canning it or making chips out of it, making flour out of it, bagging it, making it more durable on the shelf, but also more convenient. And so you make a little bit of a profit margin. We've spoken about um, practices that we can do that's going to make our food healthier. We've spoken about intercropping, how we can mix different type of foods that we grow on the same piece of land. And so we have that diversity that's going to help keep the enrichment in the soil. And today we're talking about yet another aspect of sustainable agriculture, which is tourism, where quite separate from your practices that you make money from selling your produce, you make money from processing your produce. We're saying just by inviting people to come to observe what you do on your farm is in itself can also be an income generator and also help to really make it more profitable and sustainable. And so as we bring the conversation to a close, I'm going to give you the opportunity to let's talk to the folks who may see that's an opportunity and they want to invest, right? Because you mentioned that you would welcome partners, um, people who are farms that say this is a good idea. Maybe I can contact Adrian to help me set my farm up, and just in general, how we can make this more of a household conversation, showing the benefits of agricultural tourism.
Yeah. Okay, so we are, as I said, we are taking it to another level. And if you would like to have the knowledge, or be able to do the also practice or get yourself involved in sustainable agriculture, as I said, we are now building a training center that will help you to to have all the different components developed, that you can have that you can go back, and whatever land you have, whether it's steep or whether it's gentle slope or 90-degree slope, it doesn't matter how the land is, you can turn it into something that can bring profit to you. You just have to plant the right crops and do it the right way. So you can call me or WhatsApp me. My WhatsApp number is 1767 245 1460. And then you can also email me. I'm going to give you two new email address. So you have untilfarmtours at gmail.com. That's one. And then you can also email me at augustusbanis at gmail.com. Use these two email addresses because they are directly related to what I'm doing right now. Okay. So, and also, if you want, you can visit us and you can book through Until Farm Tours and at gmail.com. You can book also through Augustus Manis and at gmail.com. You can book with us and we can discuss and give you all the logistics. And you can, if you would also want to come and have a time where you would just want to enjoy the river, have a river next door, enjoy the river, and you just want to come and learn about natural herbs and natural stuff, and you can live with us for a week, we are open to that. That's how we offer that. Whatever you desire, just let us know and we'll make it available. And you will be able to enjoy yourself and go back to wherever you come from, refreshed, rejuvenated, and you'll be able to share with another person the experience that you had on that trip. Because I have one concept. First experience is, or I always want to give you the best experience. You see, your first, you always have to present it to the best of your ability, so you can go there and market. Because one of the best ways in marketing is one, tell one, tell one, tell one, tell one, tell one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So Adrian, I mean, this is brilliant. This is remarkable. What you are achieving, you and your family, and just congratulations. Which you wish you continued. Just wish your family continued togetherness and blessing, first of all, and also just your brain is constantly working and coming up with new schemes and new ideas. And the thing about you is that you're willing to share it. You
Yes.
don't get an idea and say, oh, but that's a good idea, but you don't want. No, you're saying this is an idea that I have. I think it can work. Come, let's
Yeah.
try it together. Because everybody trying it. different heads. Somebody might come up with a way to improve on the idea, to make it easier, make it simpler, make it bigger. So you're very open to collaboration, and that's one of the most admirable things about you. And so let's see how that goes. Let's see how we can big up um, agricultural tourism in Dominica. We cultural part of it in terms of carnival and festivals seems to be growing wings, but we want the community part of it, where because you know what it does when when you feel proud enough about what you do, that you're willing to invite somebody to come and see it and experience it, it's a whole different shift, right?
Yeah,
When we were growing up, you know, Sunday meal or best meal of the week was a
yeah.
macaroni and cheese, or rice, or this and that. But we grew in bananas and dashing and plantains and yams and all of those things. When we become very proud of our local food, then our Sunday meal will be something made with green bananas or
Yeah,
yams or
yeah.
plantains or that sort of thing. Our snack will be a breadfruit chip that was made on Banny's farms. You know, our juice will be a nice passion fruit and lime juice that is bottled because we are proud of what we have. And that changes the whole concept and the whole mindset. And because we are natural people, it will change the health. I
Also,
started
I
with,
forgot to talk about the
Mhm.
entertainment part. We're going to have a place for entertainment, but we
Right,
are looking at keeping the quadrille, the ballad, the folk songs,
storytelling and so on and
all
so
the
forth. Mhm.
right, all the traditional dances alive because we only have our traditional songs and dances only
Restricting to
during
1 week, right?
independence.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it's something is Dominica's own. We need to play our own and use our own year round.
Yep.
That's our culture.
Mhm.
But what we do, we just leave it for a particular time.
As I said, is that if we're proud of it, then we invite people to witness it and to
Yeah,
share it and to learn it.
right.
If we're not so proud of it, we kind of do it, you know, for a little while. But that whole idea of mixing tourism with farming, with food production, uh,
And culture.
and culture is just a brilliant idea that can really spread into every aspect of our life in Dominica and in the Caribbean.
By the way, we just won an award last week. Um, our farm.
Uh huh.
We just won an award for innovation with the NASI Foundation.
Okay.
We came out second. They call it the pitches. I sent the thing to you didn't see it? Yeah.
I haven't been on my phone. I've been
Yeah. So we
yeah, I've
just
been
want
okay.
for innovation.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, man.
Mhm.
I think
All
I
right.
sent also tonight. I sent the presentation for you and the comment that was written.
I was written about it. Okay, I'll check it out,
Everything I have, I share.
and I
Everything
will
I have, I
share it,
share with you.
and I will share it. I will share it in the network as well, so folks can really
Yeah.
see that it's not
Yeah.
just talk. That's the
Right.
thing. It's not just
Yeah.
talk. We're actually doing and implementing and excelling at it.
Yeah.
You know.
So people out there, you have a good opportunity for investment. Also, you have an opportunity to come and learn
Hmm.
and to come and develop your whatever area you are innovative in. You can also, if you are dreaming big, you can start small and get big. So we are creating the environment for that. So I'm just giving you the invitation. So take advantage of it because it's not something you're going to get all the time. It's not something that you'll get in this particular season. Maybe by the time the next season come, things change because things are changing so quickly.
You know, and take advantage of it. The other thing about it is
Yeah,
that Adrian has a son who is a very skilled and talented footballer,
yeah,
representing the country in is he under 15, under 16
yeah. Under
team,
17,
under
under
17 now.
under 20 too.
Um, and he was telling me that his son is getting an opportunity to go to really enhance his skill in a camp in Germany. And we're going to come up with some more details, but I just want to put it in your ear because I want the audience to commit to helping to support you and your son in that endeavor because, not only you making strides and contribution at the family level, your entire family is also involved in just really performing at the highest level. And so maybe next week, next time when you come, we will give a little more details. We will have some, maybe we can even spend a 5 minutes and show some of his footage or some of his photos. But I definitely want to mobilize the audience to help, to support, to make that, to make help him be able to grasp that opportunity with two hands. You know what I mean? An opportunity to go and learn and mingle at the highest level in football. And so, congratulations to him. And Phil Senior Bertrand is telling you congratulations on the award the, for innovation that you won,
Thank
that
you
your
very
farm
much.
won. You know, so it's just positive vibes and positive energy, and I like to see the accomplishments and the achievements. So wish you all the best.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it.
Very much so. And also one of the times when you come, we'll talk about your charity because you
Yes.
have a charity for your church. And so, folks, there's a lot of ways that you can support Adrian in what he's doing. When you see people really trying and not just talking, not just trying, but actually doing and achieving, we really have to support them. And of course, this is like maybe the fourth or fifth time that he's been on the program. You see what he's about. You can see if you go to Dominic or go visit his farm. It's in Castleberry. It's not that far. It's right
And
on
the
the
road is
stretch in
good.
Castleberry,
The
and
road
the
is
road
very
is
good
good. You
now.
can drive right onto the farm.
Yep.
So it's very easy. Go visit him and so on. So Adrian, till next time.
Yes,
You
my
know,
brother. Thank you very
thank
much
you.
for
Thank
hosting
you for
me.
your time. All
Yeah,
right.
man. Always,
All right.
always, you're always welcome.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
So, folks, there you have it. Another a great conversation with my friend um, Adrian Banis and his family. They have the farm in Castleberry called Banis Farms, and they're just doing so much. They're growing the food. They're doing it in such a way. Um, they're doing the agro processing. They have trainings. They're hosting people that stay for a week, 2 weeks, a night, whatever it is. Um, and he's just really, really sharing and sharing openly with whoever it is that's interested in learning. That's very admirable because we are in a place in our country, in the world where people are more looking inwards. They're looking inwards, not outwards. They're looking to hold and to hoard and to maximize for themselves. And so it's nice to see somebody with open arms, just open arms that says, this is what I have. Come see, come learn, come share. And this is absolutely wonderful. Folks, I hope that you're having a great week and continue to have a great week. If you have challenges, if you lost a loved one or someone is not in the best of health or some other challenge that you're facing, we're telling you to just look forward to when that passes because everything passes and there is a better and more enjoyable time right around the corner. So just stay positive. Sometimes it's challenging to stay positive, but that sometimes the challenging times are just the door that's opening to a better time, a time when you can really embrace life and enjoy life and take a deep breath. So while you're going through the challenges, just take that deep breath, release it, and just look forward to when that passes. And so with that, I'm going to say good night, and we will see you again next week for another episode of This Week in Interview. I'm trying to put something together for World's Women Day. I've invited a couple of interesting women. They haven't said yes, but we're still trying to put something together because the 8th, I think, is World Women's Day. And so trying to put together a program for the 4th. I'd welcome your suggestions. If you have suggestions, and it's a little bit of a late notice, because it's just 1 week away. But if you have suggestions as to a guest or a theme that would suit World Women's Day, by all means, send it to us, put it in the chat, send an email, go on my Facebook page, send me a message. If you have my phone number, send me a WhatsApp, and I will pursue your suggestion. All right, folks? So good night to everyone, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you.